Okay, now I'm going to talk about the video editor. The video editor is pretty neat. It's good to make some basic cuts and add some extra elements to your videos. You can also mess around with the audio if you wish. And the easiest way that I get there is I just go through my video manager. And once I go to my video manager, I find a video that I want to edit. So here we go. Let's take a look. So I'm going to go edit. And it's under enhancements. So what I need to do is I need to click enhancements once my video editor, once my edit page shows up. And here's our page. And so I'm going to click the enhancements tab up at the top. And when I go to enhancements, let me click pause here. When I go to enhancements, I scroll down just a little bit and it's hidden away. Try the YouTube video editor. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try the editor. Okay, so here is our video editor, and I already have one of these set up, so I'm going to just get rid of this stuff here, close that, X out of that, X out of that. There we go. Okay, so when we get to the video editor up at the top, we have a couple different tabs. One is for the videos. These are going to be your videos that you uploaded. This is Creative Commons videos. Let's take a look at that. Creative Commons videos are videos that are basically free to everybody. And you can search. You can search by favorites, just of your own. You can also type in a search term and see what is available there. And some of this stuff is good. If you want to just use it for some extra scenery, extra shots, you can always put a song over it. And you can use it in any way, shape, or form. So that's the Creative Commons videos. Next to that, you can actually add photos. So now you can make like a slideshow. You can also do a slideshow mixed with some video elements and some text. So you would actually click this and it would ask you what photos you wanted to add. So you can either do your photos, photo albums, or upload photos. So you can actually upload photos from your own computer. Now, the tab next to that is audio, and this is similar to the audio page where you can just change the audio on your video. There's a bunch of different artists and genres that you can choose. So let me show you what would happen if I picked one of these. So first off, I can click it and it'll play the song so I can listen to it. So that's cool. And so I'm going to grab that and I'm going to bring it down. Let me show you what I'm talking about first. I'm going to bring it down into this timeline area here. Okay, so I'm going to grab that and drag it. And it says drag audio here. See the bottom where there's a musical note? It says drag audio here to add background music. So now we have our audio. So if I clicked play on my preview, you're not going to hear it, but I can hear it. Oh, look at that, an error occurred. Let's try refreshing this again. And my music is still there. And oh, well, there's no video. That's what my problem was. I have the audio, which will play down here, but I don't have any video yet. That's why the error occurred. So let's get some video in there. I'm going to take one of my own videos, and I'm going to click and drag it down into this timeline area. Once I do that, it'll show a representation of it down here in this timeline area. If I hold my mouse over it, I have options to actually split. I have options to add some text. I can add some effects, and I can rotate. I can also now click play in the preview, and it's going to play my video with the music I chose. Now let's say I have music and I also have voiceover and I want both. Well, down here, let me zoom in a little bit. Down here, I can change this. I can have it all music, favor the music a lot, kind of in the middle, talking and music. I can also favor the original audio with just a little bit of music underneath, or entirely just the audio from the video. However, what's the point of putting music in if you have that? So I'm going to do equal because I want both. And then let me zoom out a little bit here. There we go. And then let's say I want to shorten this video up. I don't want it to be so long in the beginning. I want to cut out some beginning parts. So I click on the clip down here in the timeline, and I have handles, one on the left, one on the right. And this is the beginning on the left, so if I want to shorten that up, I can actually click and drag and shorten my video up. And everything is being updated in the preview, and it's updated here, and YouTube will show you how long the video used to be with this dotted line, and it actually shows you how the duration and everything, it changes. See the 2 minute and 1 second, now it's 2 minutes and 5 seconds. I can change the duration. And let's say I want to bring my this little red line here is called a playhead, and we use the same thing in analytics, if you remember. Let's say I want to make a cut here. I'm just going to I can click the scissors. I'm going to do that one more time just so everybody sees what I'm talking about. Do you see this? Every time I hold my mouse over the clip, there's a little scissors here, and it says split. If I click that, a red line comes up, and I can actually make a little split by clicking. And once I click the scissors, it splits for me, which is nice because then I can actually cut out a middle area if I wanted to, or cut out just a whole chunk if I wanted to. And I can even cut out chunks in the middle. So that's really cool. I can also, of course, rotate. If I wanted to rotate the image, I can add the effects. That's the same effects as enhance. And I can also add text, which is really handy. So let's take a look at text. So I click text, and it brings up another window, and it brings up the playback, and it also gives you some options to enable text, which means that I can put text over top of my video, and this is a big deal. This is a big deal because you actually want to put text on your video, and there's only 2 ways to do it. You can either do it in an editing program, and that would be with the video file before you ever upload to YouTube, or now you can do it in YouTube, which is really, really great. And what you want to put for your text is your website or the website of where you want to direct your traffic. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to enable the text, and I have some options. I can do some different font options, and it will update and show me. Okay, I can choose if I want to bold it. I can choose if I want to italicize. I can make it larger or smaller. They don't really give you much in font size other than large, medium, or small. I can change the color if I want. Let's do a crazy yellow and see what happens. Okay, so there's yellow title text, and I can also choose to align it to the left, the center, or the right. I'm going to choose the center for this one. You can also choose to do the bottom, center, or top. So I would suggest either the bottom or the top, not the center. The bottom is usually where we place things, but if you have an ad that shows up on YouTube, the ad might pop up over the bottom part. So you might wish to consider to put it at the top. For me, I'm going to leave it on the bottom. Then it also has a banner. The banner is this dark area. I can change that. So let's change that to, let's try gray. It's probably going to look a little weird. Okay, not too bad. I can change the height of the banner. I can make it a little bit smaller. So I can make it a little bit skinnier. See that? I can also change the opacity. So I can make it thick so nobody can see beyond the banner. And then you can also change it to be very light colored if you want, so you can see behind it. And that's kind of a nice touch. That's a little hard for me to read, so I'm going to change the font color to a nice dark black. And that makes it a little bit easier to read. So I also can obviously change the text. I don't want it to say title text. I want to put in a website, so I'm just going to do my website really quick. And it automatically updates it. And there it is. Look at that. That looks pretty good. I don't really like the font size, so I'm going to move it down smaller. Wow, that's great. Okay. And then I'm just going to click Save. And the text shows up on the screen. And it also shows up, it says a little A right down here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to make that a little bit easier to see. See this A? There's a scissor and then A. The scissors mean I split it at one point. The A means there's text. There's no A here, so if I move my red playhead over here, the text is gone. You see that? So that is fantastic to put at the beginning of your video and the end of your video to add some text. And now we can also, if we don't want text on over top of our video, we can also create text up here. And you can either have centered text, a banner again, a fade, a slide, or a zoom. So there's a couple effects. Let's do a center fade. So I'm going to put that here. And what this is going to do is going to do text. Gives me a couple little bit different options, but it shows up on a separate screen. See the preview? I'll show it to you again in a second. I'm going to say thanks for watching. And we can change the background color. I'm going to change the background color to a gray just so we can see what the difference is. So there we go. So what it does is, this is for about 4 seconds long, and it's just going to come up, fade in, and then fade out. So what's really nice about that is, let me click save. There's my text right there. So now what I have is let's take a look at my preview. So I have the first video clip with text over the video. That's this first clip here. Then I have the second clip with it's just a regular clip with my audio still and with no text. Then once this gets done playing, let's move it a little bit closer. And now let's see what happens. It's playing, then it goes to black or gray, and then it fades in for 4 seconds, then it fades out. And that's the whole video. So now you have some professional features all for free in YouTube. You don't even need to edit. All right, so that is you don't need to edit ahead of time. Let's say that. And that is the video editor. And here's the best part about the video editor. Well, I like the text the best, but here's another nice part that you should be aware of, and that's the tab up here that says transitions. Transitions, when I click that, gives me a bunch of different transitions such as crossfade, cross blur, color fade, wipes, barn doors, and it kind of gives you an example with the arrows. You can pick one of these and drag it. Let's pick one that would be very easy to see. I'm going to do checkerboard. So I'm going to take my checkerboard and I'm going to drag it. And when I drag it into the timeline, you see how there's a blue line that shows up in between clips? That's right. Transitions are transitioning between one clip to the next. So I'm going to put it right here between my regular video and my text at the end. And look, you can actually change the duration, change how long or how short it is. And let's take a look and see what happens. So I'm moving my playhead, and I'm going to click play. And let's watch what happens. Checkerboard should be coming right about now. There we go. So that is really, really nice. Also, I didn't mention it, but with the text here, if I click this, I can determine how long or short I want my text that says thank you for watching at the end. So that is the video editor. A lot of nice features now. You can actually do anything you want with it. And if you're stuck and you don't want to do editing outside of YouTube, it's all available to you right here in the video editor.